Hello, and welcome, friends. I'm here today with your buys, sells, and holds for right now. Hope you guys enjoyed that McDonald's video I posted earlier where I spent $392 on McDonald's. If you haven't checked that out, maybe you should go check that out. Check out some of them past videos. That's a good one. Anyway, so we're going to just jump right into it. First of all, your sell. All right, your sell. Look for Steve Nash cards to get a bit of a bump. We've got news that he has signed a 4-year contract with the Brooklyn Nets to be the head coach. Now, that is a very significant thing. He was already working with the Warriors and developed a relationship there with Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant essentially handpicked him from all of the available coaches and said, I want Steve Nash. And why wouldn't you? Steve Nash is a beast. And he never really got his due when he was playing the game. But now, he's still playing the game from behind the scenes, and I'm excited to see Steve Nash as a coach. We did have rumors that Greg Popovich was going to be the coach, and Greg Popovich's house was even on the market, so the whispers was all like... But that shit don't matter because it's Steve Nash. So look for that 1996 top Steve Nash card to go up in value, at least to some extent. Now, it's not 100% that it happens because maybe people don't care about Steve Nash, but for the people that believe that this puts the Nets into title contention or at least somewhere up there next season, hey, the cards could get a bump. So if you've got Steve Nash rookies, look to try to sell them. Don't be the guy buying them because Steve Nash will go right back down into obscurity. It's just going to be one of them hype excitement bumps, and then it'll calm down. And when the season comes out, maybe it'll be a little bump, but he's just a coach. Not a lot of coaches have good cards if they weren't already a good player with a dope rookie or whatever else. It's just not really a thing. You got guys like Mark Jackson, Byron Scott, even Phil Jackson to a lesser extent. Now, he's vintage, so his rookie's going to be worth more just by vintage. You know what I mean? Vintage. So anyway, that's the first thing. That's your sell. Next, we've got your hold. Your hold is going to be Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. You don't want to get rid of their cards right now because with the Steve Nash news, with all this excitement, what's all the hullabaloo, man? Like Grams used to say, what's all this malarkey? They don't seem like very nice people. Anyway, yeah, you want to hold those cards. Those Kevin Durant rookie cards, those Kyrie Irving rookie cards. You want to hold them, Hold them all. Hold them like Pokemon, but that's catch them. The next is your buys. So if we're holding this stuff, we're selling Steve Nash, who are we buying? Well, that's going to lead us right in there. We're going to buy Kyrie Irving. Now, the first thing that you need to know is that his Prism rookie card is a bit expensive. That's to be expected. His Select rookie card is a bit expensive. Which Kyrie Irving rookie card is perhaps undervalued compared to the others? Well, that's his 2012 Hoops card. As you guys know, we love 2012 Hoops around here. We've seen Jimmy Butler get the bump. You guys know we murdered it with Damian Lillard. I mean, there's so many good rookies in there. I mean, we've got the Kawhis. They've gotten a lot of attention. You've got Anthony Davis. They've gotten a lot of attention. So 2012 Hoops is on the radar. And when people start buying Kyrie Irving, whenever they start preparing for the next season, whatever, they're going to realize, hey, these Prism cards are pretty expensive, and these Select cards are kind of few and far between and pretty expensive as well. Well, I'll just see what Hoops is up to. And right now, you can get the Hoops rookies for generally about $20 or less. So for a Kyrie Irving rookie card, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better deal. So that's who I'm picking up as far as Kyrie goes. And I'm not really picking up his rookie impact. There's like a white-bordered version for 2012 Hoops. You can pick those up for like $7 or something. Not really into them. The next guy we're going to be buying is on the Nets as well, and that is Jarrett Allen. Again, I'm going to rehash Jarrett Allen. You guys have heard of Jarrett Allen from this stream. You guys know I have 100 of his rookie cards and a few PSA 10s. I've been buying them up quietly. I told you about them before. Well, the Optic cards aren't $2 anymore. They're like $6 or $7. So there is at least some basic interest for the man. But I'm telling you, if they are a contender, if they are going to do well, you got Steve Nash at the helm. You got You got Durant, you got Kyrie, and I was just gonna say you got DeAndre Jordan. He's aging, and who do you think if for some reason Kevin Durant is slower and his injury has affected him and his explosiveness, then he's going to be more of a facilitator. It might actually even be better for Durant to be more of a facilitator than he already is. I'm not sure that that's the case, but maybe being a little bit slower turns Durant into LeBron. I don't know. Not that LeBron's slow. He's obviously a monster. I'm just saying, taking on the role of more of a facilitator rather than a pure score type guy. Not that he was a pure scorer, but you guys know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's going to be dishing it to Kyrie Irving, and who do you think is going to be penetrating the paint? It's going to be Jared Allen. And man, so I'm telling you, pick up those Jared Allen cards. I'm going to reiterate it, and I'm going to be done after that. You won't hear about him again until something else happens where I got to mention him again. So pick up your Jared Allen, and any of his cards are good. I like Prism. I like Optic. Pick up your Kyrie Irving Hoops cards. The last guy I'm buying right now is Marcus Smart. His rookie card is 2014 Prism, and they go for under $20. You get them about the $15, $20 range. And out of all the Celtics, I like Marcus Smart a little bit better than Kemba Walker. Now keep this in mind. The Jason Tatum cards are pricey. The Jaylen Brown cards are not as pricey, but they're still over $30. You're not going to get them cheap. So Marcus Smart in the 15-ish range is about the best deal that you're going to find for a good Celtic that's producing, overproducing. If you look at his yearly stats, he only averages about 12 points a game. But in the bubble, this is a short-term flip you're going to want, because if the Celtics end up beating the Heat, which I believe that they can do, they already have a 2-1 record against them, although the Heat did win the bubble game. They lost 2-0 in the regular season. So if the Celtics beat the Heat, well, provided that the Beat finish off the Bucks, or the Heat, the Beat, look for the Heat, char your meat. If the Heat get there, and if the Bucks come back and win, maybe it's a different story. All I'm saying is the Celtics can go far. If the Celtics can get to the finals against the Lakers, which is likely Lakers-Clippers, man, imagine that, a Celtics-Lakers final. Wow. I mean, I know the Clippers are a great team and all with Kawhi, but man, that's just a classic matchup. The most underpriced but overproducing player on the Boston Celtics is Marcus Smart. Get that. Lock it in. You can get his card for under $20. That's the 2014 Prism, and you want to get that probably about 8 to 10 of them. I wouldn't go overboard because it's just a short-term flip. You're not going to have time to grade them. You just want to pick up as many as you can get in that range to flip as the Celtics go further into the playoffs, because the further they go, the hotter their cards are going to get, and that means you're going to have two guys other than Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They're going to be worth more money. That's going to be Kemba Walker, and that's going to be Marcus Smart. Kemba Walker's cards are already pretty expensive. His Prism rookie is 2012, and it goes for about $75. That might be overpriced. If I were going to buy Kemba Walker, I might look into his 2012 Hoops rookie, which you can get for about $5 or $6. That's a gigantic disparity. The problem with Kemba Walker is that he's always going to be in the shadows. He's not going to be a main dude, so he's a short-term flip. Same thing with Marcus Smart. They're going to be overshadowed by Jason Tatum, all of them. Obviously, he's choice number one, and then Jaylen Brown is the second guy. So then you're going to look for Marcus Smart and Kemba Walker kind of battling for that who's next spot, but they're both probably in the same camp, with Marcus Smart's Prism rookies being a lot cheaper than everyone else's on the list. So Marcus Smart, if you're looking for that value play that you can flip as we go deeper into the playoffs, the caveat that if the Celtics start losing for some reason, if it looks like they're going to get bounced, you got to halt all operations and click the eject button. So don't overbuy, but look to buy 10 or less, something like that, and look to flip them slowly as the price goes up, as Marcus Smart keeps producing the way that he has as we go further into the playoffs. He's going to be one of the players that has an impact, even though he's not the main guy. So that would be my advice for the buys, the sells, and the holds. And I got a bonus buy for you here for the football guys out there, and that is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon now has a new star quarterback. He already, well, not star, but a hyped quarterback. My bad, not a star quarterback, but he's a hyped quarterback, and that's Joe Burrow. He's like hyped up. Everybody's all up on him. They're all on his nuts. Let's see what he can do. But Our man has had two 1,100. I'm just looking at stats. Sorry, Joe Mixon has had two over 1,100 yards, or at least two over 1,000 yards seasons in a row, and that was with some other quarterback. So now he's with the Joe Burrow hype quarterback. Not to mention, they just gave him a 4-year, $48 million contract extension. So Joe Mixon is in the mix for quite a while with the Bengals. It looks like they're going all in on this dude. Has a pretty significant contract. So I would be picking up the Joe Mixons. I'm looking at his Optic rookie cards. They are about $12, something like that. So again, I'm trying to pick up some Joe Mixon. I'm not going crazy, but I am picking up, roughly 8, 10, whatever I can get my hands on in the $12 range, $10 range. The auctions are cheaper than the buy it now. So if you guys see this and you want to run out and grab some ship, that's cool. Try to check out the auctions because you can spike them a little bit cheaper than the buy it nows. And that's generally true across the board. If you try to win an auction, people don't want to pay the buy it now price. People pay the buy it now price out of convenience. They pay because they want it now, because it's hot, it's fresh, just like them muffins, just like that coffee. That's what they want. But they don't want to pay that price. Essentially, you're making them pay that price. You put something up to auction, and you might get a couple of dummies butting heads like goats battling or whatever. That's how goats battle. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video, but they get up and they smash each other's heads in. But yeah, the people that are in the auctions are battling, but they still don't want to pay that much. So that's how, when you have a card that has less interest, you can sometimes get jacked on your auction price. So you have to be careful what you're listing for auction and what price you're starting it at. You start a card without a lot of interest right now at 99 cents, chances are it's going to stay somewhere near there. You might get $5 or $6 depending on who's looking, but interest, demand makes auctions hum. So the market is hot and it's ripe for auctions, but you got to have the right card. That's going to be it for today, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. Go out there, grab your Marcus Smarts, get those 2012 Hoops Kyrie Irving rookie cards. Don't forget about that cheap-ass Jared Allen. I'm telling you, the Jared Allen hurricane is a-coming. I don't even care if his rookie card goes from $8 to $25. It's going to triple up. It's going to be worth more, unless he just ends up sucking or getting injured. My take is that that's not going to be the case. All right, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the flip side.